Hey, it's Ken and Gina here from OKportugal, and welcome to another episode of Portugal Farm Life. So it's a beautiful day here in central Portugal. We've had some bad weather for like the last week or so, but today, as you can see, is absolutely glorious. So we're just going to pop down to the shops quickly. With weather like this, it's definitely time to have a braai. So we just want to say a very special Happy New Year's to everyone. We hope that you guys have had an amazing Christmas and an amazing New Year's, and we hope that your day is as beautiful as this.
We heard that somebody was giving away Estrella mountain dog puppies because they had a litter of puppies, but we didn't want to say anything until we went to see the puppies. So we popped up there because it was very close to where we was, and this was one of 4, and he was very cute, and obviously we need a boy.
Yeah.
So we have no name for him yet, although Ken's
I want to
thinking.
call it Barkley. I've been wanting a dog called Barkley, especially a Barky dog. And obviously we had a really bad experience with Barkley the first. And so, yeah, this is going to be Barkley the second. But hopefully everything goes well. I'm sure it will. This is a very healthy dog, a very strong dog, and it's very alert.
So he's booked in for the vets, so just to make sure we get him registered and he has all his injections and everything up to date, but he's very healthy and happy.
The footage that you just watched was from 2 weeks ago. It's now the current day and we're sitting here with our gorgeous little pup. Now we've been looking for a Serra Da Estrela mountain dog for quite a while now because they're absolutely perfect farm dogs, and they're also very good at looking after livestock, things like chickens or sheep or pretty much any animal.
As their name suggests, they originate from the Estrella mountain range, and they're quite an ancient breed.
Yeah.
They used to look after livestock because apparently there used to be bears and wolves up in the mountains.
And Iberian lynx. But yeah, now in the Serra Da Estrela mountains, that's in central Portugal, there's no more of those animals left, unfortunately. They've gone extinct there. But there are sightings of some black bears and sightings of, like the lynx and also wolves happening up in the north. So that's pretty cool.
But farmers still really like using the Estrella mountain dogs to protect their flocks from other dogs or people stealing the sheep and things. So they're still very well known in Portugal, but maybe not so much in the outside world.
Yeah, I mean there are lots of packs of dogs that go roaming around, and we actually have it quite frequently. For the last week we've had a pack of little hunting dogs that just suddenly appear on our farm right by our front door. And obviously that's a big problem because as soon as they, find our free-range chickens, they could potentially eat those, and yeah.
But Dog and Mimosa have been doing a good job at seeing them off and guarding our boundaries.
Yeah, but that's another thing. Dog, he's getting quite old now. He doesn't have much left in his gas tank. He's going to be retiring soon, and we want him to be able to chill and relax and not have to worry so much about running after other dogs.
And this little fella isn't going to stay very little for very long, so he's going to grow probably 60 to 70 centimetres high.
So that's at the shoulder, 60 to 70 centimetres high, and a weight of about 40 to 50 kilos. So it's going to be a big dog.
It's going to be huge.
Yeah, I mean the weight's not that extreme. I think dog weighs about 45 kilos, But I think that's because they're very fast, they're very agile, and they run over terrain and stuff like that really quickly.
They come in lots of different styles, so they come short hair and long haired, and we think this little puppy is probably going to be a long haired puppy because he looks like he's got long grey hair.
Yeah, so we basically read that it's not a good idea to have two female dogs in a pack. Apparently they fight and they get really nasty with each other. So we decided to go for a boy, and yeah, he's going to be bigger than a female. I think also he's going to be scent marking, so that's going to be a good thing to keep other dogs away. And yeah, I'm glad that we got a little chunky boy.
So that's the reason we were looking for an Estrella, because he'll be perfect for the farm. But unfortunately, during the first night that we brought him home, he wasn't quite as well as we thought he was, and we had a bit of an emergency and had to take him to the vets.
Yeah, so I don't know if you saw about 2 years ago in one of our episodes, we had a puppy called Barkley. We bought this puppy, and immediately in the night and the very next morning he got very ill, he got very sick, and he ended up dying with a disease called parvo. And parvo is caused by the canine parvovirus, and basically it gives them diarrhea, it gives them vomiting, they go blind, they get incredibly dehydrated, and obviously for a very small puppy, to have all of that go wrong with it, it's deadly, and it basically kills them. And in the middle of the night, this guy started to get sick, and we were like, oh no, we can't believe that this is happening again, So so the very next morning we had to go to the vet.
Yep, so we rushed him there on an emergency, and the vet was quite worried because apparently in Castelo Branco at the moment there's quite a lot of parvo cases that are happening. So the first thing she did was do a test on him.
Oh, it was a horrible test for him. It was a cotton wool bud up his backside, and he screamed.
Yeah, he wasn't impressed.
No. Parvo is very infectious, and it can stay in soil. So if you have a dog that has parvo, like what we did, we had this puppy, if it defecates or wheezes or basically gets any kind of bodily fluid or anything onto soil, it'll stay in that soil for up to a year. And so we were really freaked out because, we waited 2 years. It's been 2 years since we've had parvo on the land.
And we've had Mimosa since then, and she was fit and healthy.
Our other puppy, Mimosa, she didn't get any problems. Also, another thing about parvo is that it takes 5 days from infection for symptoms to show. So we were thinking to ourselves, it can't be us, it can't be the fact that we've brought this dog to the farm. And yeah, it was just very unfortunate. So we're just at the vet, and he's not well, but fortunately the test has come back negative for parvo, so it's not parvo. So we've just got him on a drip, just to get some fluids back, and some anti-nausea, and hopefully the little guy or the big guy will pull through. So he seems to have perked up a little bit, but what's going to happen is he's going to stay at the vet now for the afternoon, and then they're going to let us know whether or not he needs to stay in longer. But so far it looks like this is working. So as you've just seen in the video, he was really ill. He got on some drips, he got some anti-nausea medication and stuff, and by that afternoon the vet gave us a call and said that he was running around screaming and terrorizing them, and please can we come and pick him up.
When we got there, she was sat at her desk with him on her lap, because it was a way of stopping him being a naughty little terrorist.
So when we brought him home, Mimo and Dog were completely unimpressed. We've bought this new creature now that's going to get affection, and so they weren't very happy. I think if you have only 2 arms and you're trying to love both dogs, because they get quite jealous. Now there's a third one in the mix, and we're giving a lot of attention to this puppy, so they weren't very impressed.
It's getting better, but there's obviously a lot of training going on at the minute, as well as kind of around food and house, and for all the dogs, not just for the little one.
But so when we first took him into the vets, when he had what we thought was parvo, he weighed only 4 kilograms, and he's a really chunky boy. And then a week later, when we took him back to the vet to get his first vaccines, he weighed 7 kilograms. So he almost doubled in weight in 7 days. I mean, it's just an incredible amount of weight gain. He's going to be a huge, huge dog.
The vet did tell us that we need to be careful about how much we feed him because they can tend to overeat, which is really good for training because it means he's food motivated.
Definitely,
which
yeah.
is brilliant.
Yeah, and we did not call him Barkley. I think calling him Barkley was like a bad omen. I mean, basically, you know, we named him after another puppy that got parvo, you know, so unfortunately, I don't have a puppy called Barkley, but what we did decide to call him was
Edmundo.
Edmundo. Now, Edmundo is a Portuguese name, and I read up that it means protector of prosperity, and that's pretty much what he's going to be doing. He's going to be on our farm and he's going to be looking after our lives. He's going to be looking after the prosperity of our farm. So we call him Eddie for short, which is a nice sort of British name, really.
Yes, Eddie.
So he's basically called Eddie, but his full name is Edmundo. And when he's in trouble, I think we'll be calling him Edmundo.
He's in trouble quite a lot.
He is.
He is full of beans and full of energy. Obviously, we've just been on a walk, so now he's fast to peeps. But the house training is brilliant during the day. Night time, we've still got a little way to go. So, but we're getting there, aren't we? We've definitely got to sit down, and we've got his recall is coming along quite well, which is what's nice about having the farm is because we've got enough space to train him on his recall.
Yeah.
Then we're doing quite well. And Estrellas are known for being intelligent animals. That's why they're good livestock guardian dogs.
Apart from this one.
Apart from this one.
Yeah.
So
There's not
far.
much intelligence happening anytime soon, but we're hoping that when he grows up, his brain's going to expand a little bit.
And trust me, there is a thing as post-puppy depression.
Yeah.
So I think when you have lack of sleep because you're having to get up and let them out and stuff, I assume if they're outside dogs, then it'd be different. But for our dogs, they're our part of our family.
Yeah. So Gina's not getting much sleep at the moment. She's constantly up and down with this puppy. Me, I just put earplugs in and I sleep the whole night, you know.
Yeah.
But this thing's like, it's making screeching noises at night time and doing all sorts of stuff. So I think either Gina needs to invest in a pair of earplugs as well. You know, I can lend you a pair.
We're getting there. It's getting better.
We are getting there, yeah.
Yeah, it's we're 2 weeks in.
Yeah.
2 weeks into puppy, but we wanted to introduce Eddie to you today. We now know that he's fit and healthy and well and going to be causing trouble for a long time.
He will.
So, and that he's getting on with, even though Mimosa and Masak try and avoid him when he's being really lively. But now...
I think they'll be the best of friends soon.
Oh yeah.
And you're going to see him in lots and lots of videos and lots of upcoming videos. That's all for this week. It's short and sweet. It's New Year's. Between Christmas and New Year's, there's really not much going on the farm apart from us chilling out, relaxing. I made a New Year's resolution this year to drink lots of beer and eat lots of steak.
I don't think you'll keep to that.
No. It's going to be it's going to be tough, but I'm gonna soldier through. Yeah.
And all the best for the new year. And I hope
Yes.
you had a wonderful New Year's Eve and you're not too hungover.
Yeah, and remember to drink lots of beer, eat lots of steaks. We'll catch up with you next week for our regular programming. And yeah, lots of love, all the best from everyone on the farm.
From our bigger family.
Yeah. Ciao.
Bye.